Today's video is magic and sorcery. Okay. Now, there are many persons even today who deny the existence of spirit or of anything that transcends the power of perception of their physical senses. One example of the delegation of term is the meaning which is at present commonly attributed to the word magic. Okay. The true significance of the term is spiritual knowledge of wisdom. Okay. But the vulgar have come to believe magic to mean mere sleight of hand performances, and perhaps conjuring or dealing with the devil or with the spirits of the dead. But this is not magic, okay? True magic is the greatest of all natural science because it includes the knowledge of visible and invisible nature. It is not only a science, but an art because it cannot be learned out of books, but must be acquired by practical experience. And I say this all the time, that experience is one of those things that you have to take when dealing with spirituality. It's not the spells or any of that thing, it's experience. Okay? To acquire that experience is to become wise. It is to know the true nature of the visible and invisible elements that compose the microism. Okay? And to possess the art to direct and to employ invisible powers of nature. Magic and sorcery are two entirely different things. They're not the same. And there is as much difference between them as there is between light and darkness, in between white and black, okay? Now, this is definition of magic, okay? Magic is the knowledge of how to employ spiritual power, but it is the self-evident that nobody can employ any spiritual powers unless he has come into their possession by the awakening of his own spirituality. You have to wake up in your own spirituality to employ spiritual powers. Nor can anyone become spiritual by merely imagining himself to be. You can't be spiritual just by imagining yourself to be. Okay? It is therefore not surprising that in an age which the very meaning of the term spiritual become incomprehensible to be learned, the meaning of magic has become also a mystery. Magic is the greatest wisdom and the knowledge of supernatural power. The knowledge of spiritual things cannot be attained by merely reasoning logically from external appearances existing in a physical place, but it may be acquired by attaining more spirituality and making oneself capable to feel and to see the things of the spirit. Okay? It would be well for the people who are called spiritual guides would know more spiritual things than what they have read in their books. And if they have practical experience in the divine instead of merely repeating the opinions of the divine, okay? Experience, okay? So, Christ and the prophets and the apostles had magical powers, okay? Acquired less by their listening to their holiness. They were able to heal the sick by the laying on the hands and to perform many wonderful but natural things, okay? Many men talk a great deal about such things, but where is the priest of today who can do like him? It has been said by Christ that his true followers will do the same thing and still greater ones, but it will be difficult to find a present one Christian minister who can do anything as Christ did. But if anyone who is not a man-made minister come and cures the sick by the healing powers of his own soul, acting through him, they call him a sorcerer and a child of the devil and are willing to burn him upon stake. The first requirement for the study of sorcery is thorough knowledge of nature, but there is a true and false natural science. Okay? Peace.